It was a cold autumn night when Jake, a delivery boy for a local restaurant, received his last order. The customer was one who lived in a remote part of town, so it was somewhere Jake wasn't familiar with, but the promise of a good tip pushed him to accept. The drive was creepy as the streets were growing darker and quieter. The deeper he ventured into what resembled an abandoned neighborhood. He arrived at an old, run-down house surrounded by overgrowth thick enough to hide everything. The porch light flickered and cast strange shadows on the cracked windows. Jake was uneasy as he rang the doorbell and waited. After a long silence, the door creaked open. A pale, thin man stood in the doorway, his face expressionless. He handed Jake the payment without a word, his fingers cold and trembling. Jake quickly stepped back, muttering, "Enjoy your meal," and turned to leave. But as he did, he heard something odd. A soft tapping started coming from inside the house. It grew louder, then faster, like someone was trying to get out. Jake glanced at the window and froze. Inside, he saw a figure, pale, hunched, and with dark eyes staring right at him. The tapping became frenzied banging. Terrified, Jake ran back to his bike and didn't dare look back. As he rode off, down the street, the porch light flickered one last time before everything went dark. He sped through the streets, feeling the man's eyesight on him. The following night, Jake read in the newspaper about a robbery that had taken place at the same house. The place had been deserted for years. The police found old receipts of deliveries inside, including one of Jake's the previous night. That was when Jake realized that the house didn't just desert. It was more terrible than that.